Hey yo, what is going on guys, Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about how we can make Trove a better game, but just going to be giving out my opinions. So obviously if there's something you disagree with you can, but like just don't be too hard on me. I'm just saying what we could possibly do, because Trove is, it's a fun game. We all like to play it, maybe not all of us, but some of us. And I'm just going to be listing some things that, might make the game a little bit better, just add a little spice, I guess. And if you're wondering, the background gameplay is just me farming dungeons, and this was on stream, so that's why you can see the Twitch chat and my webcam. So, with that out of the way, if you have anything that you want to drop in the comments down below, something you disagree with, something you want to add, drop it down, I'll respond, I'll check it out. Like I said before, don't be too mean on me, but, alright, let's begin. So, talking about the hub. So, they changed it a couple times, and I started playing the game back in 2016 or 2017, somewhere around there. And when I was playing, the hub used to be a little bit different than what it is now. So, we used to have portals instead of like the atlas when you see the hub, and with these portals it pretty much acted like the atlas, but it just made a lot more sense, because you would just go up this spiral little staircase and you'd have Uber 1, Uber 2, it'd tell you like the requirements needed to be at this Uber world, and then like the recommended level and everything. And I just thought that was a fantastic design. I don't know why they got rid of it, because it was very easy to like understand as a new player. But with the Atlas now, it seems a little bit confusing. Like obviously I've looked at it like thousands of times, so it's not really anything too new to me. It's fine, but I don't know, I just really like that old hub where it just had the portals there for you. Just seemed really nice. And moving on to something that's a little bit more complicated, Luxian and Coruxian. Obviously now, I know where, I know where the dragons are, I know where you can, find them, but like, if you're brand new to the game, like, Luxian comes out, how are you supposed to find them? It seems a little bit complicated to just go to them. So, I don't know, I just thought that was a little bit strange. Same with Coruxian, like, if you can find Luxian, Coruxian is just below that, but like, I don't know, I'm just trying to put my perspective into like a new person's brain type thing. So I don't know, if I was brand new to the game, I probably wouldn't find it until like, I don't know, a long time into the game. And speaking of a long time into the game, they also have gardening on there, and that stuff takes a long time to do, and I don't really know why they put it in the hub, because you do have to meet certain requirements to even like, access the gardening stuff. So I don't know why it's in the hub. So like, if it was in the club, that would make more sense, but like in the hub, it's a little bit strange. But like, obviously you can't really do any gardening at the hub, so they should just, keep it outside, in my opinion, but that's just me. So yeah, overall, they should move where Luxian and Coruxian are, like, the old spot where they used to be. That was fantastic. I don't know why they got rid of that idea. Another thing, removing the Atlas and bringing back those portals, that was also a pretty good touch. I would want that to come back. Alright, so now moving on to delves. So the biggest complaint I'm gonna have here are the mementos, because they serve absolutely no value, and there's no reason for you to get it unless you're trying to go for max mastery. Unless they do something about the mastery level cap. I'll actually get into that later on, but if they do something about it, cool, but it doesn't look like they're gonna do something about it. So what purpose do mementos really have for us? That's what I'm trying to wonder here. And another thing, like, this kind of defeats the purpose of grinding for Crystal 3 and all that stuff in Geode topside, because, like, someone can easily, like, I usually just stream myself doing delves all the time, so someone could join me, get themselves, I don't know, Crystal 4, Crystal 3, anything really, and they don't have to go to topside to do all that farming for that. So the only reason why you'd want to go on into topside is for either Flux, or if you need the cosmic gems, or the dust. So I guess it doesn't completely defeat the purpose, but like at the same time, I'd prefer it if these things stayed in one area. So if you're trying to get all the crystal gear, topside would be fine for that. But I guess, delves have it now, so I guess that's whatever. You can farm all your stuff there as a brand new person. So moving on to electrolytic crystals. Now this is a pretty useful food to have on your character, because it gives you 300 light as well as other stats, but the main thing is the 300 light. So if you can get your hands on as many light as possible, do that, because this food is pretty good. But except there's a downside to this. There's this thing called banners. Yeah, you have to craft a lot of those, and you'll need like what 200,000 or somewhere around there. I don't know what it is now, but you need a lot of those. And if you don't have the barred pack, or if you never bought it or anything, you need a lot of electrolytic crystals to even get the allies, the mounts, the everything that's even in there. So, like if they could do something about like farming this thing more efficiently, they should do that because it's kind of ridiculous. I have a video actually talking about how to farm those, so if you want to check that out, go for it. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But yeah, farming electrolytic crystals with alt accounts is very time consuming and it takes a lot of time. It's really annoying. You don't really want to do it. It's terrible. Like you can do a lot more better things than doing this. And the fact that mastery serves no purpose at all. Like, do you really need to do this? No, you don't have to. Unless you really want the mastery, then sure, go for it. Or if you really want to get everything in the game and accomplish that achievement, then go for it. So moving on to delve caps. So delves used to have no limit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like you can go on pretty high up, like up to depth 200 or higher. I've seen people get up pretty high up there, like 220, 230. Like it's pretty insane. And the fact that they made it, I think it's what 183, 184, somewhere around there. It's kind of weird. It kind of defeats the, I don't want to say defeats the purpose of delves, but it doesn't really give it much value of like doing it. Like you'll literally have a lot of people on the leaderboards with like, I don't know, 4 different alt accounts for top 100 to get the reward. So I like the idea that it's like challenging to get to whatever depth you need to, because you know you need a decent team with you, you need to know what you're doing, you have to like do certain things so the creatures will like get grouped up, you can actually fight them, they won't go exploding and like fly everywhere. So there's a bit of strategy that goes along with it, which is cool. But like it's like the purpose is just defeated when you cap the delves at a certain limit. Like why can't we just go on for as far as we can? Like I don't understand that part. Which kind of brings me to my next point of like speedrunning. So there used to be speedrunning for Daughter of the Moon. So you try to fight it as fast as you can, and the fastest time you get, you know, you get your rewards if you're top 100 and whatnot. If you're around like, I don't know, last year before delves even came out, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So I think that the speedrunning for delves should be a thing, but they should also make it like, you know, a different color, like give it some type of value. So I talked about speedrunning with delves with someone else, and they kind of say the same thing. Like it'd be nice if there's like a different color, and you know, just some type of reward, so like just something, and anything really, to like have like an accomplishment, I guess, for doing speedrunning for delves. So something like for Daughter of the Moon. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too invested in delves. I could care less. I kind of just do what I need to in there, and I'm just out of there. All right, so moving on to mastery, which in my opinion, I don't know why they even changed it. And I guess I understand kind of why they did it, but like I don't think they really need to put a cap on this. Like, do we really need to stop at 500 mastery? I feel like we should just not have a limit and actually have like a goal, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like, sure, for a new player, 500, yeah, like that's a cool goal and all, but like once you hit 500, like it's pretty easy to hit 500 now with like the amount of content in the game. Like there shouldn't be a limit at all. Like you should actually feel like more rewarded hitting 700 Trove mastery instead of 500, where like after that there's no point in you getting mastery, because I think after that you just get what, a little bit of power rank and a tiny bit of magic find. Like, is that really worth it? No, because before you could actually get damage added to your stat, which was nice. So if you can imagine 500 to what are we at, 800 now? Like think about the amount of damage that you could be getting just from that. So I guess going on to my next point, shadow towers. This is completely useless now unless you're going for the badge. I really wanted them to keep shadow towers, because like that's one of the main reasons why I even stayed in the game, because it made sense. It was like you farm whatever you need to in Uber, I don't know what, like 9 or whatever, and then do shadow towers for your weeklies, you're good to go. Now everything is just in delves, so you don't have to do anything in shadow towers. There's no purpose to doing that unless you're going for the badges, like I said. And like the idea of shadow towers, the reason why they removed it, besides like the bots and everything, is because it caused a lot of lag. Like when you opened up a shadow tower portal, you would essentially open up 3 different rooms. So was it 2 rooms? I believe it was, of like objectives, and then the last one being the boss. I think it was something like that. Either way, to fix they could have done so many things to fix this, but like I guess something that I'll put out there is what they could do to change it and make it better is make it somewhat similar to Delves, so the same layout and everything, not really the same layout, but like have certain objectives. Like I remember doing Shadow Towers, some rooms took a while to get to, like you have to activate the crystal, but you have to walk a certain amount of ways. Like they should do that and just have like cool little designs. Like you go to this crystal over here and then do whatever you need to there, and then like go a little bit further down, do another crystal, and then like towards the end there's a boss right there. So instead of opening up 3 different rooms, you're just in that one room, and then at the end you fight, I don't know what, a pin or something, and then like you just move on to the next world. That right there I feel like would make it a lot better if you guys kind of feel for what I'm talking about. And I don't know, the layout that they have now of just like no shadow towers anymore, like when you play the tutorial, you fight what, Daughter of the Moon, I think, towards the end of the tutorial, and like, you know, as the final boss, it doesn't really feel like the final boss. The final boss is literally farming mementos for the rest of your life. So yeah, they should definitely change something about Shadow Towers, make it more useful. Farm, what's it called, your weeklies, like your Titan Souls and everything there. Have Delves for something completely different. Do your mementos in Delves, do your Titan Souls and everything in Shadow Towers. Like that way it will actually be somewhat more better, a little, kinda. And then lastly, before I move on to the next topic, is bring back speedrunning for Daughter of the Moon. So like I mentioned before, we should have a different color for Delves and then a different color for Daughter of the Moon speedrunning. That would be pretty cool. It would make the game a little bit more fun, more things to do. You know what it is. Alright, going on to the next topic, leaderboard rewards. So before, they used to have it so you'd have 3 characters every single time, and you would get your rewards from that. But before, there weren't any effort stuff, so if you're AFK a lot, you could just log in like, you know, once a week, get your rewards from those characters, like your Bound Brilliance, for hitting like a certain amount of power rank, and then you'll be done. But now you have to play the character now, which I like the idea of, but it feels a little bit less rewarding now, because what's the point of getting your power rank up? So I feel like they should do something in that regards, I guess. And then as far as like the mastery stuff goes for the leaderboards, it's cool getting a color and all, but they should actually give you something like for keeping, you know, a certain amount of mastery. That would also be pretty cool. Just like literally any reward would be fine. But that's just my thoughts on it. I guess it doesn't really have to change. But yeah, enough with the leaderboard rewards, going on to chaos chests. So right now, at the time of me recording this, there are a lot of items in there, and if you're a brand new player, good luck getting all of those items, because you're gonna you have to farm so many chaos chests and open all of them when it's the chaos mega core week, because then you get, you know, more cores and you can get more items in the chaos chest stuff. But like there are so many things in there, and they keep adding stuff too, so it's not really being helpful to new players at all. And you know, if they made something like a little bit easier for them, like I don't know, a different way of farming the cores, or like, you know, maybe having them become a weekly thing, you get a certain amount as well as like, you know, the chaos chests. Like another thing they could do for this is maybe having like a certain mount that you can craft like for mastery, and then like even after you get it for mastery, you can still craft it to loot collect 4 cores. Like at least you have something to farm for. At least it doesn't have to be this specific thing, but I'm just giving an idea of like what else we could do to get more chaos cores. But like if you're an endgame player, you probably have a whole lot of cores and you don't have to worry about this at all. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really have to change, but it would be cool to have like another way of farming these things. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. And the next thing here is the servers. And yeah, on that note, thank you all for stopping by. This has been an interesting type of video. I usually don't do stuff like this, but you know, I might do more like opinionated things in the future. Who knows? Maybe I won't. I'll just stick back to tutorials. But yeah, if there's anything you want me to do in a future video, drop it in the comments down below. If you have opinions, questions, or anything that you want to talk about in the comments below, leave them there. I'll look at it, I promise. And if I don't respond, don't hate me, but I will most likely, as long as it's a good comment, like not anything hurtful to me, I will respond. But even if it's hurtful, I'll probably respond as well. But anyway, if you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you are new, and on that note, I will see you all later.